One thing that should not go unnoticed during this nice September run by the Green and Gold is their starting pitching. The A's starters have stepped up, pitching deeper into games, attacking hitters, and getting wins. The A's starting five is young, but with each win this month, their confidence is growing every outing. Today, it's Jharel Cotton's turn. The young right-hander is a major piece to the future of this rotation, and he will look to try and complete the sweep of their division rival, Texas Rangers. It's the A's and the Rangers next. Beautiful day for baseball at the Coliseum. The A's have won 6 in a row. They are playing great to finish out this 2017 season, and they will send Jharel Cotton to the mound this afternoon. It's the Oakland A's and the Texas Rangers coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Jharel Cotton was scratched from his last start in Detroit on Monday, but he seems like he's ready to go today. Ray, a couple more starts for Cotton this year, so he's trying to get to those 10 wins.
And he would like to match what his starters before him have done. Of course, last Monday he had to be scratched, but his starters have been doing a tremendous job. You look at their numbers, and you know, we've always talked about have the starters go deep, they pick up the wins, and the Athletics bullpen can take over. That's what's happened. But for Jharel Cotton, he needs 2 more wins to get the magical number of 10. First full season for the young man. That would be outstanding. He'll pitch today, next Friday in Texas, assuming everything's okay. A lot on the line for him. Let's hope he gets it.
Home run number 40 last night for Chris Davis. He's got 82 home runs in the last 2 years, and man, he's fun to watch, isn't he?
Various circumstances. He had not been really hitting a lot of home runs. We're going to show you a couple he hit against the Angels, and one of them in particular against a lefty. That's important. This was against a righty to right field. That's what he's been doing. Center field and right field. The one against a lefty, only the 4th of the season for him of 40, because last night was his 40th. That was a special milestone. Actually, the A's won the ball game by 1-0, but this opposite field home run gives him 40 for the first time in Oakland history to have back-to-back 40 home run seasons, and in franchise history. Not a bad guy to join in Double X, Jimmy Fox, to do that as well.
All right, so Jharel Cotton for the A's. The Rangers will send the lefty Martin Perez to the mound. He's looking for his 13th win of the year, and the A's are looking for the 3-game sweep of the Rangers. A's playing great baseball. We'll have lineups and first pitch. A's and Rangers coming up from the Coliseum, so stick around.
Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only.
So Jarrell Cotton and the Oakland A's looking for the 3-game sweep of the Texas Rangers. They'll try to do it on a beautiful day for baseball here in Oakland. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. It's 76 degrees and lots of sunshine on a Sunday afternoon at the Coliseum. Last Sunday afternoon of the home season for the Athletics. Starting lineup for the visiting Texas Rangers today. And brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Looks like this: DeShields, Chu Andrus, Beltre, Mazzara, Gallo, Chirinos, Odor, Robinson. That's the Rangers starting lineup.
And good to see Jarrell Cotton taking the mound this afternoon. As we have detailed, he will make a couple of more starts. Last Monday, Detroit had to be scratched at the last minute. He wanted to pitch in Michigan. That's where he lives in the offseason, but not able to do that, but at least able to pitch today. And that's the most important thing. And trying to get to 2 more wins. He's had success against the Rangers last year. His 4th major league start came against this ball club here after they had clinched.
For the A's defensively, Davis, Smolinski, and Canna in the outfield. Chapman, Simeon, Lowry, and Olson on the infield. And Josh Fegley is the catcher. So we're set as Delino DeShields strides into the batter's box. Jarrell Cotton has finished up his warm-up tosses. So it is game time here at the Coliseum. A's won on Friday night 4-1. The A's won last night 1-0. The only run, Chris Davis home run. So the A's pitching staff has been terrific in the first 2 games of this series. First pitch of the game is a strike on the outside corner to Delino DeShields. 272 for DeShields, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Chu to follow, and then Andrus. Umpires. Ray's good friend Tom Hallion calling balls and strikes. He is also the crew chief. Ripperger at first, Carapaz at second, Cuzzy at third. Swing and a miss.
Would be so lucky to get his strikeout call in the first batter of the game. Oh, that would make our day for Tom Hallion. Good fastball, though, from Jarrell Cotton. Of course, his specialty pitch is his changeup. He may feature it right here. He's not afraid to throw it with 2 strikes, especially when he's ahead on the count. Fastball in.
It's a little high to DeShields. A shutout last night was their 6th shutout of the year. Allowed just 1 run and 12 hits in the first 2 games of the series, has the A's pitching staff. Foul straight back. Maybe not where Cotton wanted it. Chris Davis with his 40th home run of the year last night. So back-to-back 40 home run seasons.
As strong as he is, on a day like today, he could get jammed to hit a ball out. Beautiful day. Ball should be carrying well. The sun is going to have an impact today, as it usually does on an afternoon game.
3-2 now to DeShields. Speedy runner, a good guy to keep off the bases.
Well, the play Dustin Garneau made last night on the DeShields bunt was spectacular. That would have put a runner at first and second. They came out very quickly. Got the out.
Strike 3 call. That's not the Tom Hallion we know.
You know, I think he called it on a swing, Cap. I think it was more of a kind of a half swing.
It was.
And DeShields, because
not sure what it was.
Yeah.
Batting in the second
no
position.
appeal to first base,
Right
and
fielder.
pitch was down, but that's not Tom Hallion. I think he went through with the swing. I think this is why Tom Hallion just looked at him and said, yeah, that's the swing. He didn't have to peel on that one.
Looked like he was on the fringe trying to chip it close to the hole. Pitch Cast brought to you by Penn Fed Credit Union.
Well, that's a scratch golfer talking there, man, because you know exactly what that's all about.
Yeah, scratch, all right. So here's Chu, who takes low. Shin-Soo Choo hitting .265, 21 home runs, 76 runs batted in. He's accounted for the Rangers' only run in this series, and that was a home run on Friday night.
It's one of the only blemishes by Cotton pitching against the Rangers late August, a home run by Chu. The A's won that game easily. Like to score that many runs, 8-3. The A's won that game. They could score today like that against Martin Perez and the Rangers. Be a good day for the A's and Jharel Cotton.
3-0 now. Jharel Cotton has made a couple starts against the Rangers, and there are the numbers: a loss back in April and then a win in August. And both those starts right here at the Coliseum. There's a strike. Cotton has not lost a game since the 14th of August. That covers 5 starts. He's 3-0 with a couple of no decisions in those 5 starts. So doing his best to try to finish strong. On the ground toward Matt Olson. Olson trots to the bag, 2 away.
Well, this is the August 27th start against the Rangers here at the Coliseum, and look at those uniforms. That was the Players' Weekend. The A's swept the Rangers in that 3-game series. Good high fastball to Odor there, and just mixing high fastballs plus change-ups, and you get aggressive hitters. That's a good change-up that he threw. So everything was working well for him in that start. He struck out 8 to not walk a batter, and he was pumped, rightfully so.
So with 2 outs, Elvis Andrus steps up. First pitch, swing and a miss. So here are the numbers in those last 5 starts. 3-0, 5.74 ERA. So the ERA a little high. A lot of that has to do with the September 8th start against the Astros. He gave up 7 earned runs in 5 innings. So that was the worst start of this 5-game stretch.
Throw him another one. Back-to-back change-up, same swing, same pitch, and you get a swing like that, and you're watching this swing. He's looking fastball and pulled the string beautifully.
That one up and in. So 1-2 the count.
Against the Red Sox, Jackie Bradley Jr. that we were doing, he threw him an 0-2 changeup, perfectly thrown, struck him out with a good sinking action, and gave up a home run to Bradley on a change-up, but it was up and out of the strike zone, at least away from it.
Down and away. So 2-2 to Elvis Andrus. Andrus hitless in the series, 0 for 8. So you hold the team's 3rd place hitter hitless. That's a good sign.
Sometimes, and just like the first 2 changeups were great pitches, then a fastball out of the strike zone, a waste pitch really, and then a curveball bad. Now back to 2-2. Critical count. Sometimes it's better just to go right after the hitter, which Cotton will do on occasion.
Up the middle, right over the bag and into center field for a base hit. Andrus gets his first hit in the series.
Now look at the location of this pitch. High breaking ball that really didn't do anything except go up slowly. And Elvis Andrus with 2 strikes. That's smart hitting because he is one hitter that will hit the ball to the opposite field as well as up the middle. He does not really get overly aggressive with a couple of strikes. If you could bury a changeup in the dirt, he might swing and miss at it. But 2-2, back to the hitter's favor almost.
Here's Beltre. Beltre DHing again. He is 2 for 7 in the series. 17 home runs, 70 RBIs, 462 career home runs for Beltre. Keep an eye on Andrus. He's a pretty good base stealer. He's got 24. That one's hit towards center field. Smolinski is there. He's got it. Side retired. So a hit and a runner left. Rangers do not score. Bottom of the first coming up. Southwest Airlines. Simeon, Chapman, Lowry, Davis, Olsen, Healy, Canna, Fegley, Smolinski. So Matt Chapman slides up into the second spot today.
Left-hander Martin Perez on the mound for the Rangers. The A's have not seen him since April. Made a couple of starts in April. Won one, lost one. And that's been pretty much it. But he is a ground ball pitcher. Great changeup that he throws. Great sinker. And he will induce a lot of ground ball outs. He did it last year. Consistently this year. 8 and 11. 8 ground ball outs. 11 fly ball outs in the month of April.
Mazara's in left to Shields in center. Chu in right for the outfield for the Rangers. Infield it's Robinson, Andrus, Odor, and Gallo on the infield with Chirinos doing the catching. Delino to Shields manning center field again today as Marcus Semien steps up. Martin Perez facing the A's this afternoon. Foul back, 1-1 to Marcus Semien. Marcus is 3 for 8 in the series. Oh, and foul just about the same spot.
Again, looking at Chu in right field, playing shallow and towards the line. Almost like a left-handed pull hitter. And saw last night, Mazar was doing that. There it is. There's Tom Hallion. And it was the first inning, but not at the top of the first, as the veteran umpire with his dramatic call. Just watch Tom Hallion, the home plate umpire. Yeah. Well, if anybody's closer to the diamond level, they would get hit with this punch out right there.
Batting in the second position, third baseman, 26.
We've seen it for the day. That's enough, Tom.
Yeah, he's got to save his heroics for the top of the innings,
right.
not the bottom.
Got it out of the way. Got it nice and loose on that one.
So here's Matt Chapman hitting in the second spot. 1-1 the count. Chapman at 227, 13 homers, 34 runs batted in.
President of that old school, gets the ball back, stays on the mound, does not waste any time.
What a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, Mark Canna hit 7th.
The standoff.
But we'll show the numbers on Perez and his percentage of pitches thrown, but he likes his changeup, especially the righties. Fastball in, changeups away, sinker away, get ground ball out. So there's a fastball in.
Skied on the infield. Andrus near the bag at second, grabs it 2 away. Breakdown for Martin Perez, 58% fastballs, 21% changeups. So a lot of changeups. Curve of the slider a little bit.
It's the hard and soft away approach, and he's very good at it. And already in this game, Torino's twice going inside with 2 strikes on the hitter. Strikeout and then a pop-up.
Perez leads the Rangers in wins, starts, and innings pitched. So done a pretty good job all season long. Just trying to stay healthy. Looking for his 13th win of the year. Want to know to Jed Lowry. Lowry has faced Perez a fair amount. He's 7 for 21. Perez has been pitching much better as of late. His first 21 starts, his ERA was 5.5, but in his last 9 starts, 7-1 with a very good 3.14 ERA. So he is finishing strong. Still just a young guy, only 26 years old, from Venezuela. I think he could have a pretty good career ahead of him yet.
It's a pitch there. Was a fastball, but as a hitter, you don't really know if he's going to pull the string, turn the ball over, and just the mental approach and the concept of what he might do to you as a hitter. Sometimes that's a good fastball to hit that Jet got on 3-1. Here comes a 2-seamer now.
Fouled straight back.
Pitcher with a good sinking fastball, even when the hitter is in the count of his favor. It could be advantageous to the pitcher just because of the way the ball sinks.
And that's up and away, and Lowry has a 2-out walk. So Chris Davis will get an at-bat here in the first inning.
Batting in the 4th position, left fielder.
Davis has good numbers against Perez, so this is a matchup to watch. 7 for 14 with a home run. .40 homers, 103 RBIs for Chris Davis. First pitch is a strike in the outside corner.
Well, this was the extent of the scoring last night. Compliments of Chris Davis, number 40, right center field. First pitch from Miguel Gonzalez, and that was it. 1-0. Very rare that you'll get a 1-0 game any league, especially the American League. But KD, number 40, congratulations to him.
Not too shabby after 42 last year. Aaron Judge has 48. He hit 2 today, so now he's got a shot at Mark McGwire's record. A very good shot. Just 1 away from the Major League record for home runs by a rookie in a season.
Well, the 2 rookies probably to win the American League and National League Rookies of the Years. Bellinger hit his to break the National League record for most home runs as a rookie, and of course Aaron Judge 1 away from tying Mark McGwire.
Davis. Tom Halligan say he swung.
Fool somebody. This actually, watch the loop of the bat.
He may have.
So that was how you're making the call, because Mark Rivinger at first base did nothing, which would indicate that it was not appealed to him.
2-2 pitch is reached for, popped up. It'll be a play for Joey Gallo, and Gallo's not the greatest route.
Wow. I mean, that, it's almost like he was taking a courtesy run because the ball was in the seats. And he drifted. You can't drift to the ball like that and then reach out. You're not going to catch it. He had enough time to get in front of the ball, to run around and point back towards the infield.
So Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Well, Odor wasn't going to catch it because he's shifted over near second base.
Wow. Maybe he thought he was playing in Arlington where he's going to be in the seats. A lot of foul territory here, and you got to run after, get under the ball.
Chris Davis catches a little break and he's got a shot.
Last year, number 12 for KD on May the 18th, 2016. First year with the A's, first year of 42 home runs. That was number 12. And a whole bunch against the Rangers, as we have talked about. Salute started with Ron Washington coaching at third. So what would he get 3 into? Probably something other than a fastball.
Lowry goes, and the pitch is outside. He walked him. Back-to-back 2-out walks.
It's amazing, Kai. 2 strikeout, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 2, 3 and 2, and 2 walks.
Nibbling, huh?
Absolutely. And you know, with the changeup and sinking fastball to right-handers, you don't have to throw to the corner, because if you do, it's going to move off the plate, which those pitches to Jed Lowry and to Chris Davis did. Steve Buechele once again managing today, the bench coach, and we wish the best to Jeff Bannister and his family back at Arlington for a family situation.
So here is Matt Olson. He's looking for an early clutch hit. First pitch is in the dirt.
Rougned Odor, the second baseman roving outfielder, he's deep in right field. Where he is, that's him right there. That's the second baseman.
Yeah, that's about as far out as we've seen.
Yeah, that's deep. And Matt Olson's not that slow. I mean, once the big body gets going, he can move.
And he lines one. Coming in is Chu. Chu goes into a slide, and he makes the catch. Olson hit it right on the nose, but A's strand a pair. No score after 1 from the Coliseum. Your TV, change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. No score, second inning. The A's and the Rangers. Beautiful look at the Port of Oakland. Busy place. So here is Nomar Mazara. He'll be followed by Gallo and then Chirinos here in the second inning. Cotton gave up a 2-out single to Andrus in the first, nothing else. Facing Nomar Mazara, who is 1 for 8 in the series.
Think about Cotton facing the Rangers with Martin Perez pitching as well as he is capable of pitching. It could be one of those games that is decided by a mistake. So pitching well, good defense will help your ball club. And Jarrell Cotton hoping for some run support. Good changeup that was up.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball. Tailing away from Mazara. So 1-2 the count. Starting pitcher sticking together. Group's been good lately. Olsen on the backhand. Cotton hustling over, and Cotton makes the play. Not an easy play for Jarrell Cotton as he had to reach for it. So for the first time, let's check in with Angela.
Well, yesterday, in case you missed it, Bruce Maxwell became the first Major League Baseball player to take a knee during the national anthem, and he continued that today. I was in the clubhouse earlier, and it seemed like a lot of guys were walking on eggshells a little bit and hesitant, saying the right thing or not saying too much. Bob Melvin said Bruce couldn't have handled the communication leading into that better. Jed Lowry said that he supported Bruce's right to protest, and he thinks he did it the right way. Maxwell spoke to the team before the anthem and let everyone know what he was going to do, and he held an open forum for questions. I also spoke to Mark Canha, who put his hand on Bruce's shoulder in support of his teammate, and he said that he did a really good job of explaining where he was coming from and respected his passion for a cause so close to his heart, and he respects his right as an American to protest. On his public gesture, he spoke to Bruce and he let him know that he was going to do it beforehand. He didn't want his teammate to be alone in exercising his constitutional right. He also thought about taking a knee in the past, but decided not to. Mark said that it's a step in the right direction for what this is trying to accomplish. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Angela. 1-1 the count to Joey Gallo. 1-2 is Joey Gallo.
Great changeup. See the ball that off speed, but also moving away from the left-handed hitter. And last night we saw Joey Gallo get a steady diet of pitches away from him. Called out one time, and he wants the inner part of the plate to drive it.
So 2-2 the count to Gallo. 38 homers, 76 RBIs. Close pitch, just missed.
See how aggressive he is now if he gets a changeup, and that wouldn't be a bad pitch to throw him, but throw it to the middle of the plate. Don't worry about it being off in the corner.
And it runs off the plate. So
that's
he
why
was ahead of Gallo.
That's why you throw it in the middle of the plate, and if it does move, it'll stay close to the corner.
The catcher,
probably his most movement ever.
Robinson Chirinos.
So here's Chirinos, a one-out base runner for the Rangers. Rangers finishing up a 9-game road trip. They're 4-4 on the trip. Part of that was going to Seattle and sweeping a 3-game series from the Mariners. And shut down here. So trying to have a winning road trip. They will head home for the final week of the season. They will have 3 against the Astros and then 4 against the Athletics. Final road game of the year for the Rangers. They're 37-43 on the road. 76-78 overall, and 5 games behind the second wild card team. That's the Twins, who won again. So it's like the Twins are, well, they're a win or two from wrapping this whole thing up. And I say wrapping it up, the Twins meaning wrapping up the second wild card spot. They just demolished the Tigers this weekend. They beat them today 10-4. Canha into right center a little bit, and he makes the catch.
You know, thinking of the Tigers and the announcement of Brad Ausmus not coming back, that's got to be tough. First of all, to manage, but how about as a player? you know, you're kind of playing out the string
Batting in the 8th position
for a manager who you know is not going to be back.
And I never understood why.
Yeah.
And teams do it. It happens a fair amount. You can't wait 10 more days.
Exactly.
Do it the Monday after the season. That's when teams usually do it anyway.
Yeah.
But to do it 7, 8, 9, 10 games before the end of the season and say manager's not coming back, I always just found that a little strange.
And I think it's just as hard on the players.
Sure.
Because, you know, I mean, in a sense, if you're a young team, which they have become because of, you know, we saw it when we were back there. But those players all of a sudden are playing for a manager that they know is not going to be in spring training. So in essence, if you're playing as a young player, you want to impress that man going into the offseason and spring training. But I don't know. I agree with you. I think it's just a little hard to understand to do it with that much baseball remaining.
So 2-0 the count to Odor. Odor 0 for 5 in the series with 3 strikeouts.
A lot more patient last night than he was on Friday night when he was swinging at a lot of pitches out of the strike zone.
Takes that one low, and now it's 3-0. That's Drew Robinson, who would be next.
And as wildly as Odor has been swinging 3-0, he may be swinging. So be careful in the type of pitch he gets or throw him on 3-0.
Went on the inside corner first strike. So 3-1 the count. Odor 30 homers, 74 RBIs. And 20 doubles and 3 triples. And he has a good rip at that one, even though pitch may be a little bit out of the strike zone. So full count with 2 outs, and Gallo was running there, and he'll be running again.
Pretty good speed for a big man. He's got the power and the speed. He definitely has found a home. There was always speculations when he would find a home in Texas and where he would play. Well, I think he's probably found it, especially to put up the home runs that he has on the season.
Runner goes, and the pitch is popped up behind short. Simeon waits. He's got it. Side retired. So walk, nothing else. Bottom of the second coming up. Healy to lead it off. No score.
As well, for the last time this Tuesday, that's coming up day after tomorrow. You can catch batting practice when the gates open at 4:30 p.m. Plus, parking is free as part of the Chevy Free Parking Tuesdays. Come to the park early, enjoy BP, and make a lasting memory. And I guarantee you watch BP and maybe get a certain place and catch a foul ball or a fly ball home run. Got his glove, he's ready. and be out here early and watch some batting practice.
Healy to lead it off for the A's in the bottom of the second inning. Healy, Canna, and Fegley against Martin Perez. He's got a couple of 2-out walks. Could not get a run home in the first. Healy with 25 home runs and 76 RBIs. He's 3 for 11 with a home run in his career against Perez. See the jerseys?
That's right.
Atleticos. It's Hispanic Heritage Day here at the ballpark. Nice touch by the Athletics.
Well, that's one of 17 jerseys the Voos has made up this year.
The Vooses.
Yeah, 17 jerseys. Aldo with his on, number 14.
And the 3-1 pitch is high, so that's the third walk already in this game by Martin Perez. This one is a leadoff walk.
Batting in the seventh position, right fielder, number 20, Canna.
So here's Canna. Canna in right field today. Jake Smolinski getting a start in center field. Chad Pinder's still a little bit banged up.
Yeah, he talked about that last night, and he had a sweatshirt on. He said just a little bit woozy and dizzy because he got hit in the head in Detroit, but then came here, had the whiplash, banging in the wall in right center. And well, we saw Exmo real time, didn't matter. His head really popped back like a serious whiplash, and he was feeling it. Watch the head from Chad Pinder going up in right center field. Beltray hit this ball. Just watch there as the head just hit and then came back. And that's so he was feeling it yesterday. Ron Shulman out with a skipper to ask how he's feeling and stayed in, but yesterday he was really feeling it.
Grounded a second right at Odor, Andrus, Gallo, and that's a 4-6-3 double play. So that's what we would like to call a tailor-made double play.
And that's what he does his best, and that's usually
Batting in the eighth position,
Martin Perez
and
isn't a pitch
catching,
away from a ground ball double
19,
play, and you hit him like that.
Fegley.
That's usually what it's going to be resulting. That's it.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
31.
You're right. And we show the 50% ground ball ratio.
It's a nice weapon to have.
And we will see as this game progresses if he continues along that path, and Bob Melvin knows, and maybe some hit and runs, because that's how you really combat a pitcher who does induce a lot of ground balls and double play ground balls.
1-1 the count to Josh Fegley. Perez earlier this year had an accident in his hotel room in New York where he sliced his finger, and he had to go on the disabled list for that. He caught it in the hinge section of his hotel room door. His right thumb. Wow. The tip of his right thumb had a little fracture and a laceration. Sounds like it would hurt.
Hurts me just hearing you say it. He throws left-handed, so what's the big deal? Come on, gonna wrap it up.
That's true.
Catch the ball. Let's go.
Another walk. 4 walks for Perez. So the double play really helped him here in this inning.
Batting ninth, center fielder, number 5.
So here's Smolinski.
Jake Smolinski.
Smolinski getting a start today. He's playing in his 10th game overall. He's 1 for 5. Probably feels good just to be out on the field.
That's right. That one hit came in his first at bat. and it's gone down 250 points a pop.
Happens fast.
It does if you only have 5 ABs. It's good. Gets a chance to play against his former team. Says he's got a winter ball job, so he's looking forward after missing 5 months to play some winter baseball. Shaved his mustache. He had a little bit of a thing growing, but it's amazing what guys will do.
It's a good pitch right there by Perez. So 0-2 to Smolinski. To pitch is roll foul. When running in on the hands of Smolinski.
Was it me last night, Kai, with 38,000 on hand that didn't hear the drummers as much?
No, well, it was you, but it was me as well.
I'd love to see 38,000 in here again. I mean, they were
for numerous reasons. That one's hit hard, knocked down by Robinson, and he goes after it, picks it up, but not enough time to get Smolinski. And Robinson got a pretty good glove on it. Could not field it cleanly, and it's going to be a hit for Smolinski.
So for Jake, he's now 2 for 6, so his 200 batted average just went to 333. So he just jumped a whole bunch. But it's going to be a base hit regardless. They only might have been first and third, but Robinson ranged to his left. And Jake with pretty good speed getting down the line is going to be a close play, but he could not come up with it. So see if Marcus Semien can come up with a 2-out hit.
Marcus struck out in the first inning, the only strikeout so far for Perez. But again, the A's putting a couple of runners on, and now they need a 2-out hit. They did not get one in the first, trying to get one here.
Well, you're right, to walk and double play in this inning, and then all of a sudden walk and infield hit.
In the dirt, 2-0. A's have won 6 in a row. That is a season high winning streak. I like it stretching it out a little bit, Ray. They won 13 out of their last 60. Think about that. That's pretty good. Really all started with the Astros sweep.
That's right, absolutely. A 4-game sweep and just blowing them out. Big doubleheader on the Saturday, and they won all 4, scoring a bunch of runs, and especially late.
Good road trip at 6-3. Month of September, the A's are 13-8. And check it out, tied for first in home runs, second in walks, second in extra base hits, second in slugging, fourth in run score. So it's been a very good month. So all good. Well, Melvin's happy about that.
You know,
3-0, green light for Marcus Semien.
well, it is a predictable pitch, the fastball on 3-0. Just fouled it back. You know, you look at the A's, 8 games remaining counting today. They're at 83 losses, so they go 6-2. Actually, even better than that, they avoid, really 2-6. They can avoid getting to 90 losses.
Marcus Semien thought he had ball 4, called the strike on the inside corner.
That's a pitch he was called out on in the first inning. If it get it at the beginning of where the box starts, it's a strike. After that, no. And here comes a 2-seamer away or a changeup. I mean, this is where you're really tough thinking as a hitter what you might be getting.
So the runners will go, and they do, and it's hit hard. One hop right to the shortstop. Andrus flips it across in time. Side retired. So the A's strand 2 more, and we're on to the 3rd. No score, A's and Rangers. All right, welcome to the deeper coverage of Major League Baseball presented by T-Mobile. Yeah, no stopping the Indians. That's right. 28 wins in their last 30 games. That ties the Major League record for wins in a 30-game span. In Cincinnati yesterday, Red Sox manager John Farrell watched his son Luke pitch for the Reds. That's pretty cool. And the Angels, they're limping home. They need a win tonight at Houston, but the Angels have lost 6 in a row, and really they could not have picked a worse time to lose 6 in a row. And the Angels now 5 back of the Twins for the second wild card, so definitely running out of time. Here's Drew Robinson, who hitting in the 9th spot. He'll lead it off with DeShields to follow, and then Chu here in the 3rd. Robinson 207 with 4 home runs. He's been in the lineup in all 3 games in this series. 2 for 6. A little bit low. Now it's 2-1. Cotton has walked 1, struck out 1, given up 1 hit. Pretty good swing by Robinson. Lofts it high and foul.
Well, he looked for the fastball. He got the fastball. Sounded great. And what foul? That's one of the good things for this young hitter, to be able to play, because third baseman Beltre is a DH. His late bat's going to be in the lineup. It gives this young man an opportunity to play consistently at third.
So 2-2 the count.
Similarities in the 2 pitchers, because with 2 strikes or even whatever the count might be, you really don't know what you're going to get. That's the ability of Terrell Cotton to throw a changeup effectively, which makes a fastball in a fastball count as effective. There's a good changeup.
Hector Ortiz staying loose over there at first base. He's the first base coach. That one went right between his legs. Hearing it from his own dugout. Or maybe the fans, who knows? Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Back-to-back changeups. He got the one, he pulled foul, and then came right back with another one. Look at the location. This is the important part right here. Middle of the plate. Josh Phegley was outside corner, had to reach back a little bit, but the fact that it was off speed, look at the swing. Later tells it all with this kind of a swing. But there comes a changeup and Exmo, and that's a beautiful sight. For a catcher to catch a missed pitch, throw it around the infield.
So top of the order, and Delino DeShields. Pitch there right on the outside corner for a strike.
He's got the good cut fastball, which he just threw, and that's the one that developed the blister on his thumb in Chicago.
So when you see the pitch from Cotton at 88, 89, maybe 90, that's the cut fastball?
Yeah, because his fastball can be upwards in the low 90s. Yeah, but it usually takes a couple to 3 miles off of the fastball velocity. The slider is about 8 to 10. Changeup could be 12 to 15, depending on the pitcher. It's a good changeup.
Little pop up. Lowry is going to reach up and make the catch.
See, there's your 0-2 changeup, and that's what makes it such a good pitch, because we saw him last year in his 5 starts when he came over from the Dodgers and came to the big leagues. His fastball and changeup look like the same pitch, which makes it extremely difficult on the hitter. See the changeup, and ball's coming inside to DeShields. See, that's at 81. He's thrown some at 84, 85, so he's varying the speed on it. But that's a very good one, especially. It seems like the slower the changeup, the more movement he gets, as that was indication with the 81 miles per hour.
Kind of floats in there.
Yeah. And can be really great for a pitcher, bad for a hitter.
First pitch strike to Chu, who grounded out in the first inning.
The thing about the changeup for Cotton, he does not feel that he is at his best right now and has been all season with the changeup. He feels that he can perfect it more. He's going to be, who knows, he can go 2 pitches, fastball, changeup. Then you throw in the cutter that he's already thrown, and that good curveball to Chu.
So 0-2 the count to Chu. Chu goes after a pitch that was up and away a little bit.
Oh.
Ball still bouncing around.
It went bouncing and 3 heads went for it. I say heads because they all went to the bottom on the concrete.
So a young man got it. He beat a young lady to it, and then he gave it to the young lady, and that's what the cheering was for. So,
you know, Chan,
a gentleman in the audience.
Chan, who's on the ground crew now, that's his area. I mean, he would have had that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And he was always nice to give them away.
This one should be playable, although tough son. Davis makes the catch. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Jarrell Cotton. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It'll be Chapman, Lowry, and Davis. No score.
App for live A's baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get A's home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
So bottom of the 3rd, no score between the A's and the Rangers. Get out of the way. Coming in. Chapman, Lowry, and Davis against Martin Perez, who has walked 4. He's yet to take advantage of that. So these 2 teams will play 4 times next weekend. So this is the 15th meeting of the year, and the A's lead the season series 8-6 over Texas. Towards center, DeShields is there, and he's got it. But most of the damage has been done for the A's here. The A's are 7-1 against the Rangers at the Coliseum. So other way around, Arlington, where the Rangers
Second baseman,
are 5-1 against the A's. A's will try to change that next weekend.
What do we talk about? 27 hardest outs next to Fenway, right at the ballpark. And I was told, Kipe, that on Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Groundbreaking?
Groundbreaking for the new stadium.
I heard that too.
So we can probably get in late Wednesday and head over there.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, we don't have to. I mean, it's up to you. I leave these big decisions to you. If you really want to go.
I think I'll be on the bus with you at 3:30.
Yeah, I'm going to probably not go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Although I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And maybe we're a little envious that they're getting a new ballpark.
Yeah, we could take a shovel and see what it feels like.
One of those sweet silver shovels.
That's right. Those aren't ever the real ones, are they? Just off for photo ops and the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, I think they use bigger equipment when they really. But it is we are actually happy for the Rangers. They're gonna. Was it 2020? Does that sound right? When they're going to try to open up their new ballpark?
19, so 2 years starting November, and they'll work year round. Texas weather's okay.
Andrus ranging far to his left, throws out Lowry for out number 2. So here is Chris Davis. True story brought to you by McDonald's. Players to hit 40 home runs in each of the first 2 seasons with their team. Chris Davis, of course, his second year. He's got 40 home runs in each, at least 40, maybe more. Nelson Cruz in Seattle, we saw that. Jim Thome in Philadelphia. Giambi and A-Rod in New York. Saw a fielder in Detroit. Babe Ruth just ticked off the Red Sox even more. Went to the Yankees and did it in 1920 and 21. He is Captain Crush.
I don't know if Captain Crush uses a 52 ounce that the Babe
probably
uses.
not, although he may be able to get it through.
Oh yeah, get it started.
He lines this one toward right. Chu is there and he's got it. So quick inning for Martin Perez. 4th inning coming up. Still no score. Brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Last night, post-game, these gave the jerseys off their back to some lucky fans who entered a raffle this weekend, and it was kind of a cool idea. They signed it and literally into the dugout, took the jerseys off, and handed them to the lucky fans who won the raffle. So indeed a nice gesture to the fans on Fan Appreciation Weekend.
And the players weren't cold either.
No.
Put a jacket on, put a t-shirt on, something, you know.
So top of the 4th inning, Andrus to lead it off, and he hits one right off the end of the bat. Little cue shot, rolls foul. Andrus had a base hit in the 1st inning. It was his first hit in this series. Rangers last night had just 4 hits in the shutout, all 4 singles, and they had just 1 runner reach scoring position. They have not had a runner get in scoring position today. Lowry's got it, throws to first, and they got Andrus. Nice play by Lowry. So a close play, but Andrus is retired. And with that, let's check in with Angela.
Well, St. Thomas native Jarrell Cotton is raising support for hurricane relief efforts, and they are asking fans to help them reach their goal of $20,000. They are so close, just a few $1,000s away. Jarrell and his fiancee Emma are working with the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands. 100% of the donations will go towards food and health aid and rebuilding efforts. There's been lots of damage and flooding, especially after the second hurricane passed through. And personally, his family has lost almost everything. There's no electricity anywhere, and it will probably be months before they get back to full power. There's been lots of media coverage on other places that have been devastated by hurricanes, and Jarrell is passionate about his hometown and spreading awareness that the Virgin Islands need support too. So don't forget, go to youcaring.com/Jarrell Cotton to help them reach their goal. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Angela. We wish Jarrell Cotton the best in those efforts. I know it's a tough time there.
Well, as he said in Detroit, we talked about it then, that he said, I just don't have enough money to take care of the whole island.
Well, as much as he probably would if he could.
Yeah. Jed Lowry, the one thing that Jed does, we see him go across the back. This is similar, going across the back for double play. Watch this, gets a little extra on it there. And again, watch the stretch by the big man at first base. Matt Olson, did it last night. Exceptional. Does it again this afternoon. And a big out on the ground ball, especially with pretty good speed in Elvis Andrus.
Beltre hits one high in the air to center field. Smolinski backs up. He's got plenty of room, and he makes the catch for 2 outs. So Beltre has hit a couple of fly balls to center field.
Now batting,
7 in a row retired by Jarrell Cotton. So the East pitching staff continues what really has been a pretty dominant performance in this series. Just 1 run for the Rangers in the first 21 innings. First pitch to Nomar Mazara is a strike on the outside corner.
That 1 run was a true home run on Friday night. Opposite field home run, and that's it.
And the Rangers have had very little traffic on the bases.
But I think the one thing, and people always say, forget about spring training and forget about September. But when you're playing teams that are trying to play for something, and you're beating those teams and you're playing well against them, I think you can throw out that old saying about forget about September, because Rangers, and right now this is their everyday lineup, still trying to win, even though their backs are against the wall as far as trying to do something wild card.
Rangers 5 back of the Twins with 7 to play, 8 including today. Oh, 2 to Mazara, who bounced out to Olson in the second inning. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 8 in a row retired by Jarrell Cotton. He's rolling along. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Johnson bring you the happy hour. It's also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com. So it is the bottom of the 4th inning. Just 2 hits in the game, 1 by each team. So we have not seen a whole lot of action. A's stranded at 2 in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd. It's Martin Perez, and here it's Olson, Healy, and Canna. Olson in the 1st inning came up with 2 on and 2 out. He hit a line drive right at Chu in right field. So a big shift on for Olson.
The thing about Olson, and we have seen him go to the opposite field, because he has power to all fields, as he has demonstrated. But the way they're pitching him, if he swings the bat, hits the ball, it usually is going to be hit into the shift or over it. So pounding him inside.
Olson is 2 for 8 in the series with the home run. Went in there again. That's a pretty good pitch by Perez. So out number 1. Olson tried to dig it out of there, but it was right in on his hands pretty good.
We see Gallo in his stance, and same with Matt Olson with the hands out and brings them in. But see him trying to bring the hands even in farther to get the barrel of the bat on the ball, but could not do it. So you figure that pitchers are going to try, and as we've talked about, Cobb, every scout, everybody's going to be watching videos and scouting reports and see what is the best way to get a guy out who's already hit 24 in his rookie season. Those are the adjustments that every hitter has to make, because pitchers will adjust against you as a hitter.
Healy takes just a little bit outside. Healy walked leading off the 2nd inning as he raced on a double play. So 2-0 to Healy. And a good rip at a pitch that right on the outside corner. So actually a pretty good pitch by Perez. Just kept it away a little bit.
That's a good swing. Pitch is away from him, and not taking the chance of going inside to Matt. Or to Ryan.
Matt Healy.
Matt Healy?
Feels like there's been a Matt Healy.
There's a lot of Matts
a
on this
pro
club.
athlete named Matt Healy somewhere.
On this team, there are 3 Matts: Joyce, Chapman, and Olson. And a couple of Davises before Rajay was traded, so a lot of confusion.
That one up the middle, but Odor's playing there. Scoops, throws. So that's the 2nd out. So Canna will step up.
Now batting, number 20.
So 6 in a row retired by Perez. So both pitchers kind of rolling along right now. Canna hit into that 4-6-3 double play in the 2nd inning. Right at the knees, first strike. 1-1 to Canna.
Maybe Marks Canna is good for somebody like Martin Perez, because you always want to slow down a pitcher who's working quickly.
He does that. 1-2 the count. Two and two. '70th pitch coming up by Perez. One sliced foul. To the upper part of the lower level here at the Coliseum. So 2-2. Four walks by Perez, but just one hit so far. Strike three call, high strike. So that is strikeout number 2, Perez, and he's rolling along. He's retired 7 in a row. We're on to the 5th, no score.
On sale as part of the A's new innovative program focused on increased benefits, flexibility, and discounts. The program rewards tenure and includes exciting discounts on concessions, eliminates ticket exchange limitations, and provides exclusive new experiences and events for members. Renew or purchase new season ticket memberships now at athletics.com/2018. Always great to be a season ticket holder. A lot of special things. They've been really taking care of a lot of season ticket holders this weekend. Special interest in the goodie bag on the field today before the game, so a lot of good things happening for those members.
1-0 pitch to Gallo. Swing and a miss. That is a mighty swing.
Kind of breeze that time, man.
Cool you off. Price Central. That sounds like a good place to be.
Yeah.
I want to go over there. See what's going on.
Prizes.
Gallo walked in the 2nd inning, a 1-out walk. In fact, he was the last base runner for the Rangers. Swing and a miss. The changeup at 78 miles an hour.
Oh, I mean, that pitch was up a little bit, but the fact that it was thrown with the slower velocity. Watch the movement too. This is perfect. Watch it. It's there and then moves away from Gallo as he has a huge swing.
Tried it again. This one drops down and into Gallo. Gallo has 18 doubles and 3 triples to go with his 38 home runs.
Oh.
And he could not pull the trigger. Drops right in there. Strike 3 call.
Well, he wanted to, but thought had no chance to hit it. That's the third one he had thrown, actually fourth, but third strike. And get him, Tom. We're going to see Tom Halyard in Exmo. There's a check, and there's the pitch, and there's Tom Halyard. Even in Exmo, he's fast. But just could not pull. That was one of the best ones he had thrown, and Tom Halyard with that patented strikeout call, third strike.
So strikeout number 4 to go along with 1 walk for Jarrell Cotton. And here's Chirinos. Drops that one in there for a strike.
His changeup's working perfectly now. You know, I still don't think hitters have said it cannot sit soft. Some can do sit soft on a changeup, but when it's thrown like a fastball, that's what you normally get. The next 2 in a row, make it 3 in a row, counting the 1 to Gallo, and why mess around with it? Just keep going after it. Yeah, he shook off the fastball up, going back to changeup.
Stay with it. Got him. Why not?
And you know, that's perfect. And really, there's no reason to mess around. You go up. That's a waste pitch. Why not just go after it? Especially if it feels so good throwing the changeup. That's out of the strike zone, and that's 3 consecutive changes and to the 1 hitter.
So Odor steps in. Odor popped out to the shortstop in the 2nd inning. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Another changeup. Dallas Braden, I think, is the last game he pitched before his shoulder really started bothering him. I think he threw nothing but changeups against the Tigers, and he beat them because they just said he's not going to throw that many changeups. So they just kept throwing it. Another one.
Well, they haven't really hit it too much,
No.
the Rangers. One and one to Odor. Swing and a miss. Well, it's right there. If it was to be super slow mode, it's right there in front of the hitter, and then it just leaves. See, it's there.
Yeah, it's gone.
And it's gone.
And you open up, you're going to be down on 1 knee as he is.
Got it.
Hit it again. That's an amazing. He did not throw anything but changeups this inning, and he gets 3 Ks.
So quite an inning for Cotton. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. And the NBC Sports app. It's presented by your Northern California Honda dealers. No score, bottom of the 5th inning. Quiet offenses today. Jarrell Cotton, he's rolling along. Strikes out the side in the 5th inning. Melvin coming over to check on him, though. Don't know if that means anything.
He may be saying, hey, do you have anything besides a changeup?
No need right now.
No.
First pitch to Fegley is up and in.
Well, with that talk about Melvin, you see bullpen activity, and
that one is going to drop into center field for a base hit by Fegley.
So if that's the case, got to score him a run, at least a run. Simone Castro is getting loose. So good start for the A's, and Kendall Graven with 3 wins this year. The 6 all coming after he left in a tie game. And Josh Fegley, he's called enough of those change-ups, so he just decided to hit one. So what Dustin Garno said last night, he said, I didn't get any hits, and I made sure that they didn't get any either. And he did a great job calling the game, but 77 pitches for Jarrell Cotton. Well, could be one of the reasons there.
So 1-0 the count to Jake Smolinski. Swing and a miss. Castro warming up for the A's. Smolinski had a base hit in the 2nd inning. Right on the outside corner by Perez. Perez with just a couple of strikeouts, but he's been pretty good so far. Looking for win number 13 on the year.
That's a good take, a pitch off the plate, obviously, but it's got to be frustrating. If there is something a little wrong with Jarrell Cotton, that's got to be frustrating, though, especially the way he's pitching.
On Monday in Detroit, Cotton went out to the bullpen, and she didn't get to the bullpen. He was just throwing outside of the bullpen, which a lot of pitchers do. Groin injury that was bothering him, and he said that's it.
Well, he said he felt something that he'd never felt before, and he asked Scott Emerson and pointed to it and indicated the groin area, and Emo had to say at that point, shut it down.
Base hit left field. Smolinski behind in the count. Hits one hard into left field. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, Jake Smolinski, a couple of hits today against his former team. Good to see him get to start in center and take a pitch inside and then hammer the similar pitch for a base hit in the left field.
So we'll see what Marcus Semien does.
Gallo and Robinson thinks he's going to be bunting.
Yeah, they're in. See if he does. Semien, a strikeout and a ground out so far. Did not show bunt, and he takes a fastball a little bit low.
You've got the infielders in, especially, well, first and third, and there's a lot of space that you can hit into if you hit the ball, and they're going to stay in a position. That one pitch did not deter their thinking.
This time he bunts and he pops it up, and Chirinos is going to grab it.
It's almost like he's bunting for a base hit.
A little bit, yeah.
When you see that happening, I mean, granted, if he had bunted to third base on the ground, he would accomplish either himself getting a hit or moving the runners. But right at the last instant,
Now that is third baseman,
went up, and Chirinos had it easily. But it just seems that if he was going to be bunting, he would have been turning around to sacrifice on the first pitch.
So here's Chapman, 1 out now with Fegley at second, Smolinski at first. First pitch. Andrus under his glove into left center field, a base hit. Fegley's going to score. To third, Smolinski. To second, Chapman, and the A's lead 1-0. If he catches it, it's a double play. He didn't, and it's a double.
And boy, there's your athleticism right there of Matt Chapman, who got the ball through the infield. He did not hesitate, rounding first into second. Just thinking of Hellickson, that he had a 3-run home run against him when they kept throwing him changeup. This ball just kept going, and the Shields to his right. So on the ground ball, Fegley, who started the inning with a base hit. Smolinski, who got another hit, goes to third, and into second with a head-first slide is Matt Chapman. So his parents here, they went home today. As his dad said, he was going to drive Matt's truck home so he could fly out of Arlington. And say that is a great, great base hit. Actually double now, second and third. And Jarrell Cotton's got at least one, looking for more.
So Lowry steps up. Infield comes in for the Rangers. First pitch is a fastball low to Lowry. Lowry has walked and grounded to short.
If you think about considering the way Jed Lowry, the season he has had, Matt Chapman being a rookie, had Semien successfully bunted, second and third, first base open, infield would have come in, that ball would have scored 2 because it was hit so hard past Andrus, who was playing back. But now they come in for Jed Lowry.
Like a little cutter, maybe a little slider in for a strike. So 1-1 the count. Another strike, 1-2. Chris Davis will be next. RBI for Chapman, his 35th of the year, is now action. The Rangers, Tony Barnett. Right-hander starts to throw. And that one is line to right, and that's a base hit. 1-run score. Chapman with a good read. He's coming home. He's going to score. 2-run signal for Lowry, and the A's lead at 3-0.
Thing of beauty, man. Even better for him to get a double to set the record, but a 2-strike opposite field base hit by the veteran Jed Lowry. They tried to go in, a hanging curveball, and slapped it out to right field. And that is a great piece of hitting by Jed Lowry. Well, that's big, and if Darrell Cotton is finished for the day after 5 quality innings, especially the last 4 batters striking out on changeups. But you're right about Matt Chapman. He is so athletic and such a good student of the game. He could tell that the ball was going to drop in, and for Steve Scarsoni, a third, coaching to send in, and that's a big extra run thanks to Jed Lowry that the A's were able to get.
So Lowry picks up RBIs 66 and 67.
Steve Scarsoni, third base coach, tells the runners every time, look and see where the outfielders are playing, how deep they are, arm strength, and so you can prepare yourself on the base paths to be able to run and let him be your eyes. And that's all every third base coach wants, is to just be there to do the directing.
Davis takes a fastball a little bit outside. Davis a walk and a line drive to right field, so 0 for 1. And 1 for 7 in the series with the home run last night. And that one on the outside corner. So 4 hits in the inning. The A's had 1 hit through the first 4 innings.
And no walks this inning. No walks, and 4 walks in the first 4, none scored, and actually the first 3, maybe the first 2.
That one is belted to center. The Shield's going back, and that baby's gone. Number 41 for Davis, and the A's lead it 5-0.
Well, if it's Texas Rangers in town, and Chris Davis is hitting, Captain Crush just hit number 41. And the thing about Davis, as we have seen, Kai, he went a little bit of a drought, got his 40th last night. He gets on the tear, he could be going for 50 pretty soon. Bring their magic markers and start changing numbers.
So RBIs 104 and 105, and
16th to center, 30 of 41 to center or right field. For a home run hitter who was not opening up to try to pull everything, that says it all.
Gallo grabs this one, and that's out number 2.
Chris Davis, and again a lefty, only his 5th against a lefty. High changeup, and he just crushes it. All his power himself.
So we are going to have a pitching change. Well, Martin Perez is done for the afternoon. He was good for 4. Things fall apart here in the 5th. The A's have scored 5 times. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Sports California is brought to you by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
So 5-0. The A's have dropped a 5 spot here in the 5th inning. So Perez is out. There's 92 pitches. Things fell apart on him here in the 5th. So the new pitcher is Tony Barnett. 2 outs here in the 5th as he faces Ryan Healy. So 49th appearance. First pitch to Healy is low. Healy with a walk and a ground out so far. Castro back up, and he's just getting himself. It's a little bit loose. He was up earlier in this inning, so it looks like he is coming in.
It's almost like the A's offense saw Melvin go to Jarrell Cotton, put his hands on the shoulders and say 5's enough, and it's like, okay, let's score him some runs, make him the pitcher of record, which he is.
Swing and a miss. So 1-2, although we don't like him grabbing his elbow.
Well, whatever, if something's hurting, I hope in 5 days he's okay.
1-2 to Healy. Got him swinging. So Ryan Healy a little anxious in this series. So that will do it for the A's, but they do big damage. 5 runs for the Athletics, including Chris Davis and home run number 41. Chapman had a big RBI double. Lowry with a 2-run single. So good inning for the A's. They lead 5-0.
Join us as we enter this exciting phase together and in building Oakland the ballpark it deserves. The beginning of a robust community dialogue begins with you, and we encourage you to go to oaklandballpark.com to join in our journey. Can't emphasize enough about how important you are in this new ballpark. Here's Davis, home run number 41, 6th this year against the Rangers.
So the new pitcher is Simone Castro. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So Castro comes in for appearance number 23. Jarrell Cotton, 5 very good innings. So the A's will need 4 innings of work out of the bullpen. Just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts for Jarrell Cotton. 77 pitches and a chance for his 9th win. Facing Robinson, DeShields, and Chu here in the top of the 6th inning. Robinson struck out swinging in the 3rd, one of the 6 strikeouts for Jarrell Cotton. That one is belted toward right center, but Smolinski got a good jump and he tracks it down.
Well, Jarrell Cotton, what a job he did last inning. And of course, he struck out DeShields to start the game. He struck out Lazaro to end the 4th, and then here we go in the 5th inning. There's one changeup for strikeout. There's another changeup for a strikeout. And how about another changeup for a strikeout? 3. Here's the changeup, the circle change that he throws and kind of pronates. Of course, they all do, but turns it over almost like a screwball. And when he grabbed his right elbow, maybe there's something to do with the changeups, but also the fact that he threw so many, maybe he didn't feel comfortable with the other pitches. We saw Josh Fegley call a fastball 0-2 that he shook to the changeup with Chirinos. But whatever, he got a 5-run spot, 5 spot in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now they're looking at Castro's delivery, his stretch as he goes high with the setup.
And he goes 2-0 to DeShields. DeShields has struck out and popped to second. Hits that one hard past Simeon into center field. So for the Rangers, that's their first hit since the first inning.
That's right.
Now batting, number 17.
And similar fastball that Elvis Andrus hit back in the first inning.
So 1-out single, and here's Chu. Chu has grounded out and hit a fly ball to left field. Quick 0-1 to Chu. Playing in right field today.
So Dell go inning and 2/3 last night. Coulomb got a third of an inning. Looks like he is going to quickly get up. Or Maul, another lefty. Bob Melvin did a great job last night using the bullpen. Dell, Coulomb, Hatcher, and Trinan, 4 innings. And that is Coulomb getting loose again. One batter last night got Joey Gallo. And he may be getting ready for Mazzara in this inning if it comes up.
1-1 now to Chu. $18,601 is your attendance today. Final home Sunday of this 2017 season. Foul straight back. The A's coming into today averaging 18,699 per game. So, at their average today.
38 really helped last night. That was a fun night. Good ball game. Great fireworks.
Lowry's got it. Fires to second for one. On to first. Double play. So that double play ends the inning, but Matt Olson gets stepped on a little bit at first. We're not sure. Let's see. It is a double play.
What if he stretched? Because he's grabbing his left groin a little bit, I think.
Going for the sweep. And Olsen got stretched out pretty good.
Yeah, that's the second time today, and grabbed his hamstring. And then it kind of twisted a little bit. Maybe the twist right at the end that grabbed him a little bit with the hamstring. And he's going upstairs now with Ron Shulman.
The also on the 6th inning for the Athletic right fielder.
So,
20, Mark Canna.
see at least if Matt Olson is done for the afternoon. Canna will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th against Tony Barnett. Fagley to follow, and then Smolinski. Swing and a miss.
Sit out in front, please.
The fan unhappy just below us.
She said, please, after the fact.
Oh, I just find that funny. There's enough empty seats. It's not 45,000 today. Canna lines one to left, and that's a base hit, and it scoots past Mazzaro all the way to the wall. Canna is going to round second, and he'll stop there. So we'll see what the ruling is, but very poorly played by Nomar Mazzara. So let's check in with Angela.
Well, it's such a beautiful day for baseball. I had to come out to the stands, and I'm joined with Tyrone and his grandson Alex here, who are lifelong baseball or lifelong A's fans. And Tyrone, you were telling me you've been coming to the Coliseum since 1968.
Used to sneak in over there when they used to have it set up a little differently. And I got to tell you, I've been to all the World Series, I've been to playoffs, and this year it's completely different. It feels different. The fans feel different. The atmosphere feels different. We feel like we're rebuilding right now, and good things are going to happen for us. And I'm happy to be experiencing it with my grandson and my baseball buddy, Alex.
And what do you think about the A's commitment to Oakland?
I think it's wonderful. I'm glad it's less talk and finally more action. Someone actually stepped up and said, this is what we're going to do. And I'm emotionally happy about it. Emotionally happy about it.
I can tell. The atmosphere is great out here. Alex, what was it like going on the field?
It was really cool. I got 3 autographs today, and I got another baseball.
And who's your favorite A's player?
Chris Davis, because he makes a lot of home runs.
He did crush it. 445 feet was his 41st homer.
Amazing.
Quite amazing. And you actually have something quite amazing here, too.
I do. I have a glove from 1941, Rawlings Claw. Actually, it was in the Negro League. It's a beautiful glove. Just had it redone, and I'm ready to catch some balls. Haven't got one yet today, but it's coming.
Well, on that note, I hope you catch a foul ball, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you in the booth.
That's a good-looking glove right there.
41.
I like that. Lefty first baseman's glove. Look at that. That's awesome. That's a good pocket, too.
It's a small glove for a first baseman's mitt, though. Today, you could add about another 6 inches to it. Outfielders for sure.
And that one is ripped toward the left field corner, and that's going to get down. Canna will score easily. Fagley with the double, 6-0. The A's lead.
How about another hitter swinging 3-0? I like it. Josh Fagley likes it. So a couple of hits and a walk for Josh Fagley, and that fastball inside corner, 93, hammered down the left field line. And Josh Fagley, as his good friend Stephen Volt said, he hits lefties as well as anybody. He started against the lefty Perez, started the 5-run inning with a base hit, brings in a run with a ringing double to left field.
So here is Smolinski. How about the 8 and 9 hitters for the A's? Fagley, Smolinski, 4 for 4. 3 singles, a double, a walk, 2 runs scored.
Your favorite part of the lineup.
I'm telling you. Chu is going to run out of room. Now Fagley gets his 10th RBI. He guys like Fegley too, Ray, where it's been a tough year. A lot of injuries, just hasn't played as much as he had hoped.
That's right.
Makes him feel better if he can have a positive finish.
Absolutely, and he talked about that, and just in an interview I did with him, the radio side, he said, hey, if you hit, you're going to play. And he said, I've not been hitting that much, but what a job he's been doing behind the plate. Blocking balls in the dirt, and he caught Graven on Friday night. It was only the 8th time in 2 years that he caught Kendall Graven. 4 last year, 4 this year. Did a very good job. Just 1 run that the Rangers got this afternoon. So far, no runs.
That one grounded to third, backhanded. Robinson throws across, throws wide, and Gallo comes off the bag and puts the tag on Smolinski.
Yeah, that's a great play by Gallo, because Robinson caught it and he knows the speed of Smolinski, and he just unloaded quickly, looked the runner back, but up the line. Watch Gallo catch and tag at the same time. Got him on the left leg. Oh, to be so quick to go straight down. If you go down, you avoid the tag. But he made a very good play, Gallo.
So here's Marcus Semien. That was the first out of the inning. Looked like a breaking ball that came out of the hand of Barnett and didn't really break a whole lot. Inside again. This time Marcus Semien took a swing at it. Indians leading the Mariners 3-2 in the 7th inning up in Seattle.
Are they any good?
Indians are not bad. Looking for their 98th win of the year. Fouled straight back. Mariners will be here tomorrow. So the Mariners finish their season on the road and they go to Anaheim after they're here in Oakland. Nice play. Check it out. Not a bad.
Oh, bring your glove. You never know. Right above the 1913 sign.
I always love the post foul ball catch smile.
The reaction. You're right.
The best.
Yeah. And proud. I mean, catch a ball. I will watch the Cardinals play as much as I could. I never got a foul ball. I would have loved to have gotten a foul ball.
Just one. Man.
Yeah. Put it in the pocket and look for another one. And just think, when you come out and watch BP on Tuesday night, 4:30 gates open, you got a chance to get one of those. You go on left field, right field.
Oh, you'll get a bunch.
there'd be a bunch hit. Oh, there they are.
Yeah. Hanging out on the steps out in left field.
3 millions.
Well, fouls. Barnett keeps running the ball in on Marcus Semien. Marcus is he's battling.
Especially see a hanging curve. You're going to be hacking at it. That's what he's been throwing it.
Throwing out over the plate. A run in on the Fegley double to make it 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Three and 2. Barnett on in relief of Perez. Came in last inning. More action for Robinson. Robinson throws in time. So that's the second out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So it'll be up to Chapman trying to get that second run of the inning home.
Now batting third baseman, 26, Matt Chapman.
Here the Yankees lost today, but Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs. And for the Yankees, they actually clinched a playoff spot last night.
Yeah.
So they are in.
Yes, they are, and they're playing in Toronto. So they were. I mean, Judge, the ball can fly in Toronto, depending roof open or closed. But as strong as he is, I don't think it really matters whether it's open or closed, inside, outside, doesn't matter. Any park he can go distance.
So Judge now with 48 home runs and 105 RBIs on the year with his 2 home runs today.
And Giancarlo Stanton with 57?
57, yeah, I believe so. He's in Arizona. Curve for a strike. So the Red Sox and Yankees are in. Least they can do is be a wild card winner. So that's your 2 of your teams that are in. And you also have, of course, the Indians and Houston. You're just waiting to see who that last wild card team is going to be, and it certainly looks like it's going to be the Twins. So the American League is pretty well set. National League has Washington and Los Angeles are in. Cubs are very close to being in. Arizona is going to get in as a wild card, and Colorado, Milwaukee, St. Louis fighting for that last wild card.
It's an interesting last week for 3 teams for sure.
And the Brewers lost today 5-0 to Chicago, and the Cardinals lost again. So this could be a good day for the Rockies. Blocked nicely by Chirinos. The Rockies are winning 4-2 in San Diego, so they could pick up a game on both Milwaukee and St. Louis. So it's a big day for the Rockies. They could have a 2-game lead going into the final week. So see how this day finishes for them. The Cubs, with their win today over Milwaukee, they now have a 5.5 game lead. So they're about as close as you can get to clinching that division. 3-2 to Chapman. Lowry would be next. Payoff pitch to Chapman, and he had a good rip. He fouls it just to our left.
And that was a little bit of a hanger. Got under it just a little bit, and you have to think he hits this hanger. It's going to go forever, but just a little bit towards the end of the bat. Unfortunately, out of play.
Chapman had an RBI double and scored a run. That was in the 5th inning when the A's scored 5. This one is drilled toward left field. Mazara's back, and it's over his head. Bangs off the wall. Fegley scores. Chapman with another RBI double. 7-0. The A's lead.
Well, they just missed the previous pitch, did not miss the next one, and Mazara in the left field. An error after a base hit, but that run scored, so they're going to be earned anyway. But bottom line, here's another breaking ball, just floats up there, and Matt Chapman this time got a good part of the bat on the ball, and another ringing double. He is so strong. Hustles knowing that the ball is not out, so he's going for 2, gets in easily. And Mazara just no chance.
So that knocks Barnett out. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Sports California is brought to you by Pete's Cold Brew. The true cold brew that's always cold, so it's always fresh. Pete's is coming in cold to a store near you.
A beautiful look downtown Oakland. We're at the Coliseum. The A's are winning 7-0. And the A's are playing great baseball right now. Nicky Rodriguez comes in his 14th appearance. So Chapman at second with the RBI double. 2 runs in for the A's here in the 6th inning. Lowry with a walk, a ground out, and then he had a big 2-run single in the 5th inning. That made it 3-0. Davis followed up with a 2-run homer to make it 5-0.
And we hope Jarrell Cotton is okay. He's got a big lead. He's qualified for the win, which is good. But I think to your point, well taken about hope that he's okay so he can possibly make the next start and try to get to double figures and wins.
So 2-0 to Lowry.
Now maybe something was seen by the A's staff, somebody, because Bob Melvin immediately went to him after he pitched so well, striking out the last 4.
Hit hard, but right at Odor. Side retired. 2 runs on 3 hits for the A's. We're headed to the 7th inning from the Coliseum. 7-0 A's lead.
For next season, you can select from a list of the top all-time A's greats to make the team. Voting is open now at athletics.com/50 and will only be active until the end of the regular season. That's a week from today. Once the voting period ends, the ballots will be tabulated and the honorees will be announced at a later date. The Oakland Athletics 50th anniversary team will be honored at events during the 2018 season. Well, you got a chance to be a part of the new ballpark. You got a chance to pick the 50th anniversary team. You got a lot of things you can do as a fan. There's 5 Hall of Famers with their numbers retired on the upper Mount Davis, which is green and gold with the A's tarp.
So Castro out there for his 2nd inning of work as he faces Elvis Andrus to lead it off. Beltre and then Mazzara will follow. 7-0 the A's lead. A's with 5 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. A's bullpen so far in this series, including Castro's 1 inning today, 7 shutout innings.
9 last night. First time they scored was what, the 3rd inning, because Dave Campbell was in on Friday night.
That's right. Smolinski in. Shallow right center. He's got it. Andrus retired. He's 1 for 3. And that'll bring up Beltre.
Now batting,
So the Rangers, after having a terrific season last year when they won the division, won 95 games. Does not look like they are going to make the postseason this year. 2 straight division winning seasons, 2015 and 2016. They traded Darvish, traded Luke Croy.
And they started playing better after they traded those guys. Amazing. Darvish was probably happy he wasn't going to have to face the A's the last 2 weekends of the season. And he's on a team that clinched the Western Division of the National League, the Dodgers.
Inside, 2-1. Darvish will be pitching right behind Kershaw, and postseason rotation for the Dodgers. See how he does. Strike, 2-2. Spun inside a little bit. Beltre checking with Tom Hallion. Broken bat. The bat rolls towards Simeon at short.
Still rolling.
That's a good broken bat right there, if there is such a thing. You know, it is good for a pitcher.
And fortunately, that stayed on the ground. But that jagged edge is not something that you want to be an infielder, have it coming at you. And that is, wow. Handle in his hand, the bat all the way out to shortstop. That is a dangerous weapon. And if you look how it's in the bottom part near the handle.
So 2-2 to Adrian Beltre. And he fouls that one. Adrian Beltre. Could tape that up and
put some nails in it.
Yeah. Drive a couple of nails or screws into that and use it at home.
I did it in Venezuela. I'd break a bat and put some nails in it, wrap it in tape, and you know.
Never know.
Yeah, I mean, you only take so many when you're going out of the country.
That's true. 3-2. Hit well to right center. Smolinski's going to get over there, and he makes the catch. So Jake Smolinski busy today.
And getting the 2 outs that maybe Bob Melvin is going to let Castro face the lefty, Mazzara. Kaipa, I always say it, and I have been saying it, but our daughter Nikki was born on this day in 1975, so happy birthday to Nikki. And it was a special day because we clinched the Western Division.
That's a pretty solid day.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that will always be remembered because it was the 5th consecutive division championship of the Athletics. And so Nikki in Arizona enjoying her birthday. And you just have to do the math, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the math, though, because then she would be mad at me, and I don't know your daughter that well, and I don't want her to get mad at me. But certainly we could do the math, but we're not going to.
Nikki's a good girl.
All right. I would probably blame it on you anyway, so.
Oh, of course. Yeah. It's against the White Sox, and
it's your dad's fault.
It was a blowout, so it was a nice remembrance. But Lindsay, who was born after baseball, she's always the one saying, "Dad, what about me?"
Second child, right? That's a famous second child line. What about me?
But I keep telling Lindsay it's postseason, you know, October the 8th, you know, so get the postseason. But a lot of things happen in baseball throughout the year. You're right, Delaire.
2-1 to Nomar Mazzara. Well, night game tomorrow, night game on Tuesday, and then the final home game of the season Wednesday, a day game with the Mariners coming to town. You know, we mentioned it. The A's have also won 7 consecutive home games. Maybe I did mention that. That makes Bob Melvin happy.
Probably the win last night in front of 38,000 plus. That Skipper always says you want to play good baseball in front of a big crowd. And the A's had the biggest of the year last night. 1-1 to nothing. Great pitching.
it was an entertaining game, even though only one run was scored, but still it was a very good game.
The A's production team did a great job with the post-game fireworks with the Star Wars theme. And boy, I'd love to have some kettle corn. Number 126, where are you?
That one's hit well to left center, and that one is gone. Nomar Mazara hits his 20th home run and kind of a high line drive over the wall in left center. So the Rangers are on the board.
And with Gallo, another lefty coming up, he doesn't get to face him. 3-2 though, and he challenged him, and that's the best thing to do. Don't mess around, and went right after him, and there's your straight fastball, and there's your difference. And what Terrell Cotton did the first 5 innings, the movement on his pitches, and a good velocity by Castro, but it's straight and gone to left center.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Number 35, Daniel Kuo.
A's baseball. Experience TV.
All right, so it's going to be Daniel Colon facing Joey Gallo, and a big rip by Gallo.
He grounded out hard last night. The one batter that Coulomb faced was Joey Gallo. Hit hard to Jed Lowry.
So, appearance number 70 for Daniel Coulomb. Good breaking ball, snaps in there for a strike. So a quick 0-2 to Gallo, who has walked and struck out. Another breaking ball. This one is rolled foul. So Coulomb trying to get the final out here in the 7th inning. Omar Mazara with the home run. Look at that guy.
That's right, AJ. Bullpen now for the Rangers.
Gallo skies one towards Smolinski, shading his eyes. Canna's over there as well, but it's going to be Smolinski who takes care of 3 fly balls here in the 7th inning. A run for the Rangers. 7th inning stretch time.
game. And how about number 41? He gets on a roll. He won last night, number 40. This afternoon, number 41, a high changeup, and it was gone. Captain Crush, 40 last night, and now 41. So one away from his season high last year, career high 42, and ongoing for Chris Davis.
So A.J. Griffin comes in when it's time for a change. Thinks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair expert. So A.J. Griffin, just his second relief appearance this year. He's got 6 wins in 15 starts. Having fun today. 18,601.
Well, it was A.J. Griffin in 2012. Started for the A's, game 162 against these Rangers. Now he's pitching for them. And he gave up a few runs. Evan Scribner came in. The A's, thanks to a drop fly ball by Josh Hamilton in center, the A's miraculously won the division on the final day of the season.
That big A.J. Griffin curveball. So Mazzaro is now in right field. Middlebrooks is now at third, and Willie Calhoun is in left field. Willie Calhoun is one of the players that the Rangers got for Yu Darvish. The Dodgers. Davis, Olsen, and Healy here in the 7th inning. Grounded to Andrus, who scoops it up. And that's out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So Chris Davis now 1 for 3 with a homer and a walk. And this is going to be Matt Joyce hitting for Matt Olson.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics. Signing for Matt Olson, number 23.
Remember Olson a couple innings ago.
Matt Joyce.
A big stretch at first base. And finished the catch. It was a double play, but he was moving around a little bit slow, so maybe that's why he's out of the game. And Joyce goes after the first pitch, and it's hit hard, but right at DeShields for out number 2. This is the play we're talking about.
Yeah, right at the end, when the foot turns.
No more Mazzaro moves from left
Quite
field
a
to right
hyperextension,
field.
but it looked like as he
Now
turned,
playing
maybe
left field
something
and batting in
happened
the second position,
at that point.
Number 55, Willie Calhoun. Now batting for the Athletics, designated hitter, number 25, Ryan Healy.
So Olsen now out of the game, and here's Healy. First pitch to Healy is a fastball that runs inside. Healy has walked, grounded out, and struck out. He is 3 for 9 in the series. That curveball, tough out by Middlebrooks, but he stays with it. And Healy is retired, so a good inning for A.J. Griffin, and we're moving to the 8th. Chirinos to lead it off. 7-1, the A's lead. Snyder, Scott Bear on NBCSportsCalifornia.com. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic Raiders fan is NBC Sports California. Raiders will be in Washington tonight to take on the Redskins, trying to go to 3-0. See how that works out for them. So here at the Coliseum, it's 7-1. The A's lead the Rangers. We've reached the 8th inning.
Number 6, Brett Nicholas.
Santiago Casilla is the new pitcher. Pitcher number 4 for the A's, and he's going to face a pinch hitter, Brett Nicholas. So Nicholas is hitting for Chirinos. So Cotton, Castro, Colom, and Casilla. A few changes for the Athletics. See Matt Joyce, who pinch hit. He's in the game in right field. Canna moves from right to first. Olsen is out. So that is the new defensive alignment for the Athletics. Breaking ball in first strike. Chirinos, while he was in there, was 0 for 2. Odor will be next, and then Robinson. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in at 96 miles an hour.
A good curveball for strike one, and then the hitter upstairs and tied up Nicholas.
So 1-2 the count. Another high fastball. This one skied toward the left field line. Chris Davis, a couple steps into foul territory, makes the catch.
Mason Chapman sprinted
Chapman was
60 yards.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just in case, gets close to end zone. And
Now batting, number 12, Rugnan Odor.
here's Chapman here. Now watch how far he's going to go. Fly ball. Here he goes. Look how far he's going to go down towards the shake hands with Chris Davis, who won the foul territory. That's incredible.
So
not even breathing.
He's going to do that next year.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, not quite so much.
Young legs.
That's right. Odor limping around again. We saw him strike out yesterday, and I'm not sure what it is that's bothering him, but it's obviously bothering him.
Well, whatever it is, maybe it slowed down his swing because he's been more patient since that happened. This, though, a big swing. He doesn't swing easy, regardless. When he does swing, that could be a knee or ankle.
Yeah.
It's when he sets the foot and then continues to swing and then has to pop up. That's when it either wrenches the knee or his ankle.
So a quick 0-2 to Odor, who has popped to short and struck out. Pitch pops off the glove of Fegley. Odor in this series is 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. That one hard. Lowry's got it. Couple steps to his left. And that's the second out here in the top of the 8th inning. Odor He is not moving well at all. What would probably be a good idea is to take him out of the game.
Yeah. Well, they've taken other guys out.
Now batting,
Maybe something to consider.
15, Will Middlebrooks.
I mean, he's hurting. Get him out of there. So 2 away, and here's Drew Robinson. See, this is not Drew Robinson. Stand corrected. It's Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks came in the game. This one chopped, and it is fouled.
I think I'd have left Robinson, him put Middlebrooks at second.
Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't have been a terrible idea.
Yeah, or Robinson over to second. But yeah, the way Doer is playing, or at least limping, one of the next week, next 7 days.
Remember Middlebrooks, it wasn't that long ago. He was
That's right.
thought to be the Boston Red Sox third baseman of the future. But he just has not been able to, had a good rookie year, has not been able to continue that. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Weren't we there when that happened?
Well, I know he had a big series against the A's, if I remember
I'll
correctly.
say it's when he first arrived. Major League debut when he was in Boston, and the future, like you said.
That went inside.
If you can make it in Boston or New York, you can make it anywhere.
That's true. And if you're not making it, they'll never let you forget it.
Right.
I think David Price is finding that out. David Price is pretty good.
Yes,
I think if Pablo Sandoval walked down the street in Boston, that probably would not be so good. Pablo may say, "I'll buy you all dinner, though." I got you.
Yeah, the only possibility if Pablo walked with Luis Gonzalez, then they would all be cheering Gonzalez. They'd never even notice Pablo, because Gonzo got the hit to beat the Yankees, and that's all the Red Sox fans cared about.
So Middlebrooks strikes out, and it's a good inning for Santiago Casilla. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The A's leading it 7-1. They're going for the sweep.
Hey fans, we're in section 131.
Game Summit brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 1-3-1 for the Rangers. For the A's, 7-9-0. Chris Davis, another home run. Jarrell Cotton was very good through 5 innings. He left after 5. Chapman, a couple doubles, a couple of RBIs. And the A's pitching staff has completely shut down a Rangers offense that Coming into today's game, 5th most runs scored in the American League. It's a good lineup. But they have really, that lineup has done nothing against the A's in this series. Just a couple of runs scored in the series. Phil Gosselin is the new second baseman. Brett Nicholas is the new catcher. So Odor is out, Chirinos out. Marcana hits for the 4th time. He's 1 for 3. Nice breeze today, beautiful day. And Canna is hit by A.J. Griffin. So Griffin into his 2nd inning of work. That one runs in and it's Canna, so he'll take first base.
Probably not the 65-mile-an-hour chain curveball, although that might have been just above the padding on his left elbow.
Dodge Begley.
So here's Fegley, who's had a very good ball game. A walk, a single, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. All that coming out of the 8th spot in the lineup.
And behind the plate on Friday, only 1 run that the Rangers scored on the Chu home run. And today, so far, it's just the Mazzaro home run.
That one cued toward first. Gallo has it. He'll turn around, step on the bag, and that's out number 1. But still a productive out, as Canna is now at second base. Now, if you went up to Josh Fegley right now and said, hey, that's a productive out, Josh, he probably would not want to hear about it.
And probably not a good idea.
You're right. So Smolinski will hit. Smolinski's 2 for 3. A.J. Griffin had a 3 up, 3 down 7th inning. Fastball right on the outside corner. Griffin 86 miles an hour. He's never thrown very hard, but that curveball so slow, I think it makes his fastball look better. William Hendricks getting loose. Is that curveball, 66 miles an hour.
Well, it's a single digit, just the middle finger, and that's why he throws it so slowly. Just try to do it. And it's just hard to throw a curveball hard with 1 finger.
He just kind of flicks it.
Yep, just like that.
It's going to be another one right off the end of the bat, picked up by Gallo. So 2 away, and Canna now at third. These balls look like they're hit right off the end of the bat.
They are. And Fernando Abad, the lefty now with the Red Sox, similarly with this slow curveball.
Shortstop, number 10.
That was off the end of the bat. Jake Smolinski singled as his first 2 at bats. A little smile on his face, and I can't believe that pitch.
So Simeon sees that curveball. This one well out of the strike zone. Marcus looking for his first hit. 0 for 4. Missed again, 2-0. So the A's with 7 runs on 9 hits today. So they have outscored the Rangers 12-2 in this series. How about that? That's a base hit. Make it 13-2 as Canna trots home. So Marcus Simeon gets his first hit of the afternoon, and it's an RBI single.
And couldn't have come at a better time with 2 outs after a couple of cue balls off the end of the bat. First base, hit batter, goes to second, goes to third, comes in. Fastball from A.J. Griffin. He's doing a good job staying back on a pitch that was thrown extremely hard. Great execution by the A's shortstop.
So Simeon gets his 36th RBI of the year. Chapman will hit for the 5th time. Good ball game for Matt Chapman, 2 for 4. Pitch well in the dirt, and Nicholas cannot block it, so it's a wild pitch.
The old anticipation on a curveball in the dirt. Nicholas moved, but it just kept going. That's a little bit harder than what AJ had been throwing. Enough of an angle, Nicholas to his right, able to scoot past him.
There's a shot right into the glove of Middlebrooks. Side, retired. So the A's get another run. We're on to the 9th. Athletics 8, Rangers 1.
Is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
All right, 8-1, the A's lead. It's the top of the 9th inning, so the A's 3 outs away from a very impressive 3-game sweep of the Texas Rangers. And the Rangers came in here really knowing they probably have to win all the rest of their games, and they just really have not done a whole lot in this series, and the A's are playing great right now. So Hendricks takes over, pitcher number 5 of the Athletics. Santiago Casilla with a 3-up, 3-down 8th inning.
That's so reminiscent of the 2012 season. Keep going back to that miraculous season for the Athletics, and all the Rangers had to do was win 1 game, and they never could do it. And as it turned out, they clinched the wild card Monday and the division on Wednesday. And the Rangers had to go back and lost in the wild card, but just one of those things. Something. I mean, this if the A's win this game, that's what, 6 in a row. Last 6 here. Swept the weekend series. That was the Players' Weekend.
Joyce hustling in, and now Joyce settles underneath it. He's got it, and that's out number 1. So the Seattle Mariners getting ready to head to the Bay Area. Monday night, Hernandez and Gossett, then Paxton and Migden, Ramirez and Graveman. That's the pitching matchups for the upcoming 3-game series, the A's and the Mariners. We'll have all 3 for you right here on NBC Sports California. So we have not seen a whole lot of Felix Hernandez this year. Kind of strange.
Kind of good. He's not the pitcher that he has been, but still an excellent pitcher, and A's will see him firsthand. I think for the Mariners, good to get him back, but maybe a little bit too late.
This is Willie Calhoun. Calhoun lines one foul. It's our first look at Calhoun. Supposed to be at least from the minor league, very, very good hitter. Not quite sure where to play him at the big league level. He's born in Vallejo. Willie Calhoun, 5'8", 213 pounds.
I mentioned last night his uncle was here on Friday night. His nephew just called up, so he was excited to see him.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Rangers do with Willie Calhoun. Big swing and a miss, struck him out 96 miles an hour from Hendricks, and now these are 1 out away from a sweep. Well, coming up after the game, A's Postgame Live, presented by State Farm. Mindy Bach, Shooty Babbitt, and Dave Stewart are ready to hold court in the studio. First pitch to Andrus is driven to center. Smolinski's back. He's got it, and that's the ball game. That is a 3-game sweep, folks, and the A's are rolling. The A's have now won 7 in a row. They have won 14 out of their last 17, and they finish off the 3-game sweep of the Texas Rangers. So a terrific weekend of baseball for the A's here at the Coliseum, and it ends with a big win here on a Sunday afternoon. 2 hours and 44 minutes was your time of game. 18,601 was the attendance. Final score today, the Oakland A's 8 and the Texas Rangers 1. Stay tuned for A's Postgame Live, presented by State Farm. Standing by, Mindy Bach, Shooty Babbitt, and Dave Stewart.